Hey everyone, this is Nick from Mecca Warehouse, and today we're back with weekly update number 94. Let's kick things off with week in review. This is where we talk about things that have been going on in the warehouse, things that are coming up, stuff like that. And first off, I guess we'll talk about last week. Last week's restock was, I think, our second biggest day ever in terms of gross sales, so thank you. And so second biggest day ever in terms of sales. Really appreciate that from everybody. We had a really good set of restocks. A bunch of that stuff is still left in stock, and this week's restocks are going to be really good too. So there's a chance you might even break that record again. So definitely check those out when we get to the restocks later in the video. In the warehouse though, lately things are getting even closer to being kind of like the way we want them, and everything's being kind of finalized. We had to add another row of shelves in the back. You might be able to see it from here, barely in the back. Just trying to get everything to fit in and get all the space worked out. We've already kind of filled up the shelves, so to speak. And so to deal with this restock and next week's restock, that'll be coming in with all the good stuff that's on its way in. We had some more shelves to open things up. We've got some more of those half racks, the metal shelves that we put on the shelves to kind of subdivide things. We've got a bunch of those on the way, and we'll be setting those up in the next week or so, hopefully, trying to just extend that storage and make some more room. And on that same note, I guess, while we're talking about that, we're running a sale Tuesday through Thursday. We've decided this morning that we're going to actually extend it through the end of the weekend. So the code, I believe, is making space 15. Select items are 15% off. These are things that either we are overstocked on or just they've kind of outlived their lifespan in the warehouse, and we want to get them out to make some room for the stuff that's coming in, and maybe free up some cash to pay for some of these other shipments that are about to come in. Definitely take a look at that list as well, because some of those items might be good things to add to your order. I've also made some finishing touches in my office. I got the whiteboard up this week, and I set up a detolf case on Friday, and now some of my collection is living here in my office at the warehouse, including my most recent painted build, Dahmer 35, and it's I don't know, brings a smile to my face every time I get up and walk by it and see that build in the case. I don't know if anybody else gets that kind of feeling, but when you're really proud of something you've worked on and you can kind of see it, I don't know, definitely helps my mood and motivation for the day, I guess. We'll also be making some other improvements this weekend. We plan on painting the studio, so that's the office right next to my office where we plan on doing all of our filming for tutorials and interviews and gunpla news and all that kind of content. So we plan on painting it Saturday, and then it should be mostly good to go. We just got to get some signs up there, and then that room will be ready for use. And also, while I'm at it, I'm going to talk about the vlog. We got the last of the 3 moving vlogs themselves that cover the move. This third one covered the final push of the move, all the getting everything checked in at the new warehouse, getting things on the shelves, inventorying everything, stuff like that. So definitely check that out. I think it's probably our longest vlog ever. There's just so much happened over those 4 days. So check that out. We also, this week, I had so much trouble with UPS. I think this has been almost like losing sleep over this. I've been so frustrated and stressed out about it. UPS missed a pickup on, I think it was Monday. So, biggest day of the week, and they just didn't show up on time. Apparently they had the wrong pickup window in their system or something like that. And on top of that, the driver showed up later than that pickup window anyway, well past when anyone could be here. So that they came by and picked up Tuesday morning for us after we kind of got them moving. But the other end of it that I've been really frustrated with the past week is claims. So when a customer files a claim because UPS smashes a box or something, that paperwork, that claim goes to UPS. They process it, decide whether or not they're going to issue the claim, and then they send a form to me for us to fill out with what the item costs and what the shipping cost and all of the information, so that way they can cut us a check and we can refund the customer or send them a replacement. And apparently with the move, when they rearranged our addresses for the move. They put the wrong address in for the address to send claims to. So we have yet to receive any claims documentation for anything that happened during the move or the first few weeks that we're here. So any of those checks, any of those claim forms have not made it to me. And so I've been struggling like you wouldn't believe to get anybody from UPS to be able to help me with this. It's ridiculous. I call them up, the person that answers sends me to the claim person, I talk to the claim person, they try to send me back to the regular customer service person to change the address. By the way, the address is already changed. Try to get back to the claims person, and they just don't seem to understand the idea of they sent all my stuff to the wrong address and they need to resend it. And I think I ended the day yesterday with a promise that they were going to call me by the end of the day yesterday. The supervisor would call me and get it resolved, and they clearly haven't called me. So if you work at UPS, somewhere in that whole realm, or know somebody who does and you can help me get the situation corrected, I would really appreciate it. Quick tip though, if you ever need to get a hold of a human being at UPS, if you've ever tried calling the UPS number and can't get a hold of anybody, the trick is, I found this out this week, is you tell them you want to close your account. You can give them any number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is the number of choice for me, because their shipper IDs are 6-digit numbers or whatever, their account numbers. And then they'll give you a person. The person will just say, hey, what do you want? And they don't even know that you were trying to close your account. So yeah, take advantage of that if you ever need to get a hold of somebody at UPS and get an actual person. So super frustrating. I don't think I can express how frustrated I am without getting this video banned from the internet. So I think I'll leave it at that. But believe me when I say how frustrated I've been this week. The one final thing for week in review, I feel like I've been talking forever. One of our Davids, DB1, put in his notice on Monday. Apparently there's some family emergency. He's moving out west to be with his brother and help him with some stuff. We've had a job listing on the website for a while now. We knew we would be needing to hire at least one more person at the new warehouse to make everything work out. We'll be looking at the resumes that have already been submitted, but if you're interested in a part-time job, put something in. I'll be talking with Dylan later today, trying to work out what that shift is that we need. But if you get your name in the ring, when we reach out to people to start scheduling interviews, we'll let you know what the shifts are that we're looking for, so we don't waste your time with an interview if you know you can't work that shift or whatever. Probably Mondays and or Fridays, and maybe some time in the middle of the week. And yeah, we'll be in touch on that. We need some more help. And I think that's it for week in review. Let's do restocks. I'm gonna head over to the table and let's check out what we got in. All right, restocks. Let's start off with the smaller kits. We'll start over here, the HG IBO Mobile Suit Option Set 1 and CGS Mobile Worker. Got those in. 30-minute missions. Got the Option Part Set 8 multi-backpack. This is that kind of interesting backpack that's very similar to the backpack from 8th MS Team, but it's a 30-minute missions version. Comes with some other accessories and stuff like that. I'm kind of excited about this. I think it'd be great for kit bashes, and looks like there's various options for how it can be assembled and used, which is really cool. Other 30-minute missions kit, another brand new release. Just like the last one, the Gardenova Brown. This looks kind of like an aquatic mobile suit from Universal Century, but it's a 30-minute missions kit, so great base for kit bashing. And if you like that aquatic suit look, this might be a great place to start. While we're over with small things on this end here, the Bandai parts separator finally arrived. This is a new release as well, and it's basically, I think they got various holes, pegs, and kind of an edge here. So it's an inexpensive plastic parts separator tool. If you ever had trouble trying to take parts back apart to paint, or because you put them together wrong, this might be a very useful tool for the toolbox. Two 30-minute sisters sets in stock. I think these are both new. The Option Body Parts Type GO3 Color B. So some more parts for customization. And then I think this is the Alka Cardi Quartet form. This is another 30-minute sister with some fancy accessories. Looks kind of like there's a big claw thing and a backpack with legs. So that's Interesting. That's maybe where the quartet form comes from, because it's like a quadruped type thing going on there. So worth checking out if you're into those. Got one real grade this week, the real grade Zagok. If you're like the Zagok design, this might be a good one. This is real grade 16, so kind of in the middle of the pack in terms of releases. Got the Mandalorian Beskar armor. So if you were into Mandalorian, we got these back in stock now. I think this is the non-coated version, so the better one to paint and customize if you want to be able to paint it yourself. We also got 4 other high grades this week. The HG Gundam Virtue. We also got the HG Nemo or Nemo. Kind of very similar to a Jim. If you're living that grunt suit life and are into that kind of stuff. Cool design right there. We got the HG, this is the full armor Gundam, the 7th. I don't know what happened to the 6th, but these are in as well. So if you're like those full armor type designs with lots of shields, accessories, armor, all that kind of stuff, that's pretty cool. And then also the HG Gespenst. This is non-Gundam. This is from, I think it's from like Super Robot Wars or something like that. I don't know where it says on here. Super Robot Wars, I think. So non-Gundam design. It's kind of a chunky look there. If you've seen this before and you're into it, that's cool, but it might be worth taking a look at if you like those larger, bulky kind of designs. Let's go on to the big kits now. Big kits, master grades and such. So let's start off the Gundam NT1, the Alex. This is I think it's a 2.0 or something like that. I think was what it was billed as when it came out. It's got the optional Chobham armor that you can put on there as well. If you do get one of these, watch out. I think the wrist joints were known to be kind of an issue with people breaking the wrists. But we got those in. I think the last time we had those in any sort of serious stock was probably Attic Days. We might have had them at the old place early on, but it's been a little while. Same thing with the Gundam Mark II. This is a really solid kit from what I've heard. It's pretty cool. I got one on my backlog. I haven't built one yet. But I haven't seen these in a while, so good chance to grab one of those. The master grade Jagan, we have never had. Grunt suit right there. I think it's supposed to be a pretty solid kit. Most master grades are these days, and I don't remember how old this one was. Let's see, 2018, so relatively modern one. Pretty cool. We got good numbers. For some reason, I didn't think we were going to get good numbers on this one, but I think between 2 separate orders, both came in at the same time. So we do have good stock of these, but we have never had these before. So the last time they've been printed might have been 2018. So definitely don't sleep on that one. Master grade Hyakushiki, another really solid kit. It's probably been a little while since we've had them. I've built one of these myself. It's a plated kit, so it looks shiny out of the box, and most of the gates are in really good places. Tip, if you aren't going to strip it and paint it, the Gold Gundam marker does a really good job at covering what little nubs do show up, and I'm sure there's other gold paints that will work as well. We got 2 other kits that we had come in last week that we got a few more of, master grade Unicorn. So if you didn't get a chance to grab one last week, we got a few more of those. And the new Full Mechanics Raider Gundam, we still had some in stock from the last restock, but we got topped off, so we should have them for a while. I haven't seen too much on this, but I think the new Full Mechanics kits are supposed to be pretty good. Of course, the Master Grade Sosby Verka, we have had this plenty of times. We got a bunch of them. They definitely sell out eventually because they're definitely a perennial favorite. But if you've been looking for one, haven't been able to get one for a little while, we do have them right now. And then finally, PG Wing Gundam, second PG we've received this year. And we definitely did not get a ton of these. They're not going to last long. They'll probably sell out maybe in the first couple hours, maybe faster. So I definitely wouldn't wait too long if you wanted to grab one of these. That's it for restocks. Definitely take advantage if you can, and don't forget that sale, Making Space 15, and the collection down in the link below as well. So Q&A, this is where I answer questions from you, the viewers. If you have a question you want answered, post it down in the comments below and I'll do my best to answer it next time. First up from Plastic Germs, question, do you contact other shops to see how everything is going with them, i.e. with product and or shipments? Fun question, what are some fun facts that we don't know about the Mecca Warehouse Fam Bam? So for this first question, not really. I've had other shop owners reach out to me. Sometimes they're trying to confirm if something they're seeing with a supplier is like real or if it's affecting everybody and things like that. But I don't tend to. I don't feel like if I have an issue, I just go to my suppliers. I don't tend to be the kind of person to just gossip with people and ask questions of everybody, and what's affecting other shops doesn't necessarily affect me. So it's not necessarily the best test for where things are going and what's going on, and I haven't really felt a need for it, and honestly I've just been so busy that it doesn't even occur to me as a thing that I could do. As for the fun question, I don't know, maybe Santana will run around and ask everybody for a unknown fact about them.
Was something about me that like a lot of people don't know. I like auto racing, but less NASCAR and more Formula One.
When I was in high school, I did boxing.
Which might go hand in hand with this next one. Next up from Artie DN, Q&A for the staff. If Nick Savory was a dog, what breed of dog would he be and why? So I'm curious to see what people say to that.
Firmly believe Nick would be a German Shepherd. Just has that air about him, something about it.
So what breed of dog would Nick be? A mountain lion. I don't care for dogs.
All right, and then the last one is from 0195. As a new warehouse gets settled and you have a better idea of the space and what you are working with, would there any plans for a private warehouse type system, or is it an impossibility at this stage? So this is a really good question. I really wanted to answer this because it's something we've been thinking about a lot. I've been contemplating the idea of offering some sort of private warehouse thing, both because people are trying to save on shipping. We do have space now, but it is a lot of logistics required, and one of the problems we're trying to figure out is how to cover the rent in this much larger space and have that not eat such a large portion of what we take in each year and each month until we grow to the appropriate size. So what we've been contemplating, and this is still like early planning stages, but doing some sort of premium service where people would subscribe. There'd be some sort of subscription fee probably that gets you X number of private warehouse shipments, and literally a shelf. Would probably set up another shelf, another big expense we'd have to cover, but we'd set up a shelf, give each customer a box essentially to be where their stuff goes, and we would pre-schedule and say you get your one shipment each quarter, every 3 months or so, or whatever that rate is that makes sense. And the shipping cost is baked into that subscription fee, so it's basically you paid your shipping all up front, you fill your box, and on a quarterly basis we empty that box and send it to you. It might include other perks like maybe a discount code or something that you could use, maybe other special freebies and stuff that would be included in that. So that's what we're thinking about. We still need to work out what all the logistics would be and how that would work, how somebody would put their order into their private warehouse and how that all gets sorted out. But I'm curious, since someone asked the question, what everybody's opinion is, if that's something that you would consider using. And I hopefully get time over the next few weeks to figure out how we would actually implement that and maybe make that a possibility. So that's it for questions this week. If you have a question you want answered, post it down in the comments below. I'll do my best to answer next week. Thank you for watching. See you next time.